What is going on, everyone? And welcome to my first ever IGTV video. And so simply, I just decided to come on here and show everyone, what it is that I do as a profession, and that is trade Forex. So, I decided to come on here for all my traders, for all people that just want to learn about more about Forex. I decided to come on here and make a new series called Forex in 6, where I'm briefly just going to go over some of the patterns and things that I look for in the market, how I trade them, and how I make money from this amazing market, right? But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started and go over one of my favorite patterns, my bread and butter thing I mainly look for, and that's the flag pattern, right? And so what the flag pattern is, it is a continuation pattern, right? And what that means is that once price is either going up, right, we're going to have that retracement and it's going to continue up, right? Or if it's coming down, it's going to come down, continue, or have that retracement and then continue down afterwards, right? So how do we look for price, or how do we look for the flag pattern in the market, right? What we look for is we first draw these trend lines, right? And what we want in these trend lines is we want price to come in, reject multiple times, right? Price come up and create this little channel. That's all it's doing, right? Retracing down. So we have this hard impulse up, price retraces down to a certain point, and then it buys up, right? And what we're trying to do is we're trying to buy it from this point all the way up, okay? And so as you can already see, right, price is, we're looking for that flag right here within price, within the market, right? So price had this hard impulse up, right? Gave us this touch here, touch here, touch here, and all it is just back and forth in this little channel, right? This diagonal channel down, and we're looking for this point to shoot up, right? So how do we know where price is going to reject from and continue back up, right? How do we know how to catch this point? What I like to use is a fib called I like to use a tool called the fib, right? The fib retracement, right? The Fibonacci retracement. And how do I use this? Well, simply, I drag it from the bottom to the top, right? From this point to this point, right? And I'm just looking at what levels are lining up with structure that I think we could get a rejection from, right? And you guys can see these blue levels. These are the four I like to use: the 0.618, 0.71, 0.786, and 0.886, right? These are the levels I'm personally looking at. And honestly, right now I'd be looking at the 7.1 as a good area. However, we can see that price rejected a lot earlier, right? A lot higher level at like the 0.5, right? And the reason why I did that is because there's another thing I like to use. It's called smart money. And if you want more to learn about that more, follow my channel. There's a lot more detailed explanation in there, because that video will take a lot more than 6 minutes. But basically, right, price pushed up, gave us this hard little push down before the move up, right? So I'm looking right here for rejection. That's exactly where we got that rejection, right? So if we throw another fib, right, from the bottom of this candle to the same high, we're looking at areas, we're looking at the fib levels and see which ones line up, right? And what we see is that 786 and 0.5 are pretty darn close, right? And again, that's exactly where price rejected, right? Around the area of this candle. So right there, that's what I'm looking at for my entry, right? We're looking for a buy limit there, or we're waiting for price to come down, and then we're going to market execute the buy all the way up and catch that move, right? So basically, that's how I'd find my entry based off this flag pattern. We're waiting for the retracement down to look for where we're going to buy it up from, right? So our risk to reward, this is what we're looking at, right? So that's our entry once again, right? And our stop loss is going to be below this wick. Why this wick? Because this is that last push down. This is that candle we're playing for, right? We don't need it to go any lower, because if it goes lower, then our analysis is incorrect, right? So basically, it's about a 31 pip, 32 pip stop. That's not that bad, especially for a reward, right? A reward we see is 150 pips, 149, 150, right? And what I did up here is I like to use these higher levels on the fib, the -272 and the -0.618 levels as my take profits, right? And just a safe one for me would be the -0.272, right? And why am I using these levels? Why do I expect it to go this high? Is because when we look at the flag, right, we don't want price just to come right here and then like shoot up out of this high. We want this full level to come out and break these highs, right? That makes a good flag, because once it breaks the very highest point, right? And we see that price broke it right here. So just to play safe take profit, you could have put the take profit right here for about 110, and that's a safety, right? Because flag patterns should easily break that high, right? But again, with the fib levels that I use, I like to use these, because they're above the level already. And so this is what we're looking for, right? And we got to see that price came up here twice before it started like rejecting and doing its thing, right? But it did come up, match this level before we got to push down, right? So overall, that's what I'd be looking at as a flag here in the market, right? This is a trade that I would take literally, mark it up just like this, plug it into our MT4, again, in this case, a buy limit or waiting for price just to come down here and give us that market execution area before we buy all the way up, right? So basically, that is it. That is one of the patterns I trade in the market. If you like this, again, follow my channel, subscribe. Link is in the bio, and link is also in the caption section of this video. Right? And so again, I'm just going to be dropping a lot more of these videos, just called Forex and 6, right? Just brief, going over the patterns that I look for. So if you guys are interested, DM me, right? And we can get you started. If you're interested in learning how to trade more and make money in this market, right? This simple move, me drawing on this chart, drawing a simple flag pattern, this made me money in the market, and this is how I make a living, right? Pays the bills, right? So if you're interested, DM me. And if not, I just hope you guys got a lot of value. Watch this video over and over until you guys understand, and just let's just keep growing. Let's just keep working. I'll be dropping a lot more of these as often as I can, right? So I appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. I can hear the sounds of the